gig actually. I've been performing at venues. So before I came to uni, I was traveling all over, just traveling on the road, kind of hitchhiking around different places, different countries.
Was staying in hostels,
No,
in tents, or
anywhere, the streets, train stations, random people's houses. And I would do performances at different bars. I'd go to like open mic events all over like Germany. I'm talking Poland, things like that. And I'm just performing at these bars, and I'm like, at this time, I'm not a songwriter kind of. I'm just kind of learning myself. But I was so good at singing UK rap to these other countries. They were like hearing this UK rap, and like, this guy, it sounds good.
Yeah.
So I was getting a bit of money from that just to survive. And as I was saying, that wasn't my first gig, but the show I had last week in Hackney was my first like where I was a registered artist to perform at this show, and yeah, it was amazing. I loved I was really nervous. If I'm being real, I was so nervous going on stage, looking in front of all these people, and it was for Black History Month as well. So I was a white artist, and I love that diversity and things like that. But I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to fit in with the culture. But in the end, they loved.
Did you have any like potentially negative experiences? Did you have that kind of the stigma around? Did some people like, what's this guy doing here?
Do you know
Did
what?
you feel out of place?
Yeah,
if you know what I mean?
As soon as I turn up, so like I don't know if you've ever been to Hackney. Have you been to Hackney?
I have not been. To Hackney.
It's like one of the most like honestly like all respect to Hackney, East London. I love East London. That's the most honestly sketchy place in the world. I'm telling you, don't know. And the venue was that. It's the Hackney Social Club, which is behind like an alleyway of a train station, like proper GTA like gang location. I'm telling you, I'm like, so I'm bare by myself. None of my friends that could make us. They were all like studying. I went by myself. Like I pulled up and I'm outside, and I'm just this white kid with a backpack on. They're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm performing. They're like, oh yeah, your brand, come through. But I was getting a few looks straight away. People could see that I was nervous, but I think with music, this is the beauty of it. People know like if you're here to do music. They'll welcome you, and I was getting people just coming up to me saying like, I love your necklace, I love your clothes, I love your style, like what are you going to be performing, like, just it welcomed me, and I just felt so a part of it after that. But I definitely was a little bit nervous going into that place.
Because that reminds me of a Jamie Foxx. He discovered Ed Sheeran and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and Jamie Foxx took Ed Sheeran to like an all black club singing karaoke place. So he was the only white guy there. So he turns up with his little guitar, and all of them are going up to Jamie and like, what's this kid doing? Why are you bringing here? So and it's pretty revolutionary that you go in there. You overcome all those barriers, those stereotypes, and you just perform your hand. And music is such a unifier, right?
Yeah, literally. And as I said, like I grew up in an area where like it's multicultural as hell. I was honestly the only white kid on my street, so I grew up around that culture. But when it comes to music, I didn't. And the songs I was performing wasn't even like. They weren't even cultured. It was more like just personal. Which I was really worried that are they even gonna understand my vibe? They're gonna understand it. But thankfully, it's funny you mentioned Ed Sheeran. He's my favorite artist.
Really?
I love Ed Sheeran. Like, a lot of people laugh at that. Like, he's such a. But I love Ed Sheeran. I'm telling you, like, it's my biggest music inspiration. I'd say.
He's your biggest inspiration.
100%.
What about Ed Sheeran? Inspired
the way he come up, that kind of thing. The freedom, the way he lives his life, how like. Universal, like he's worked on so many different genres and different projects and music. I've seen like he's on a track with Central C, 50 Cent, Eminem, like all these big artists from different genres, and he can just hop on it. He can rap, he can sing, he can produce, like he can rap. Like he is just